The thing that everybody's talking about is Tank came out and said he was gonna retire. Is that really happening?
That's his decision.
Yeah,
that's his decision.
Tank and his team, they can't be both. They can't be Tank and be the opponent as well. You know what I mean? So they've said a lot of things, but the one thing that they haven't said is that they wanted to fight Devin.
I can understand where he's coming from, though. I totally can understand. Things are different when you have kids. Things are different, especially girls, as he mentioned.
Is speaking out after the fight between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and LamontRoach was reportedly canceled. Tank posted on social media saying the fight is off, which caused a lot of talk online. But Roach seems to disagree. According to Davis, he will no longer be defending his WBA lightweight title on March 1st, 2025, but the final decision might not be confirmed yet. LamontRoach, who is supposed to fight Davis for the title, has been posting videos of himself training and sparring with Call Fox. He also answered fans' questions on Instagram. When a fan asked if the fight was really canceled, Roach seemed confused. He asked why people keep asking him that and made it clear that he's still getting ready to fight. He said, "I'm locked in. Nothing's changed. March 1st, Brooklyn." So far, PBC, the group organizing the fight, hasn't said anything official, and tickets for the Davis versus Roach fight are still being sold. No one knows for sure if the fight will happen or not, and fans are waiting to hear the truth before March 1st at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The fight was originally supposed to happen in Houston on December 14th, but got pushed back. Now, Davis is expected to defend his lightweight title against Roach, who is the current WBA super featherweight champion. Roach was given special permission to keep his belt while trying to win a second one in a higher weight class. Interestingly, the same super featherweight title Roach holds now once belonged to Davis, who also won the IBF title in that division before.
March 1st, we're going to get this fight here in New York. There are a lot of questions of why LamontRoach, right? Let's not discredit him. He's a great fighter, great chin, high IQ. But why LamontRoach? That's the questions that all the fans are asking at the beginning.
Look, I think the reality is, I think those are fair questions. I mean, look, when you have fighters the caliber of Tank, of Canelo, the bar is always high. When you continue to perform well against high-level opposition, people expect a lot from. There were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, early on.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis became the main WBA lightweight champion after Devin Haney gave up the belt. Davis, 30 years old, proved he deserved the title by knocking out Frank Martin in the 8th round in June. There were rumors that Davis might fight IBF champion Vasily Lomachenko in a big title unification match. But those talks fell apart over the summer when Lomachenko decided to take a break from boxing and turned down the fight with Davis. On Monday night, Davis posted on Instagram saying, "The fight is canceled." He didn't say why and hasn't posted anything since. Meanwhile, LamontRoach's father and trainer, Roach Sr., told Boxing Scene that they haven't heard anything official. He said, "As far as I'm concerned, the fight is still on. Nothing has changed for us." At the same time, while Davis was posting about the fight being off, Roach shared a video of himself shadowboxing at the gym after a sparring session. So far, the Roach camp is still training like the fight is happening, but no one knows for sure if Davis is still training too. Right now, tickets for the fight between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and LamontRoach are still being sold.
Do you consider you and Gervonta friends?
Friends, probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money. Yeah.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Oh, true. Okay.
Sold online, and the event's promoter, PBC, hasn't made any official announcement about the status of the fight. LamontRoach is the current WBA super featherweight champion. He was given special permission to move up in weight and fight for a world title in a higher division, while still keeping his 130-pound title. Roach won his belt by beating Hector Luis Garcia in a close fight in November 2023 and defended it. In June against Fargo MCCW, when Devin Haney gave up his title in late 2023, Davis was promoted from being the regular WBA champion to the full world champion. Since then, Davis has only fought once, knocking out the undefeated Frank Martin in the 8th round this past June. Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, recently broke his silence on social media. He posted a deep, emotional message about his personal struggles, but he didn't explain why the fight with Roach might be canceled. His words were more about personal growth than about boxing. The fight between Davis and Roach has already been delayed multiple times. It was first supposed to happen on December 14, 2024 in Houston, but scheduling problems pushed it to March 1, 2025 in Brooklyn, New York. Fans were disappointed with Davis's choice to fight Roach, saying it wasn't a tough enough challenge. Still, no one has officially said the fight is canceled. With tickets still being sold, it seems like the fight might still happen, possibly with Davis or maybe a different opponent. In the meantime, Oscar De La Hoya, a former world champ and head of Golden Boy Promotions, has stepped in. He offered to help Davis find a new opponent, saying on social media, "Call me if you need a fight. I've got the perfect guy." Oscar also co-promoted Davis's big fight with Ryan Garcia, so this could be a real offer or just a way to get fans talking. Davis had mentioned before that he plans to retire after a few more fights in 2025, which might explain why he posted that the fight was canceled. Still, Davis last fought in June and won with a strong knockout. Before that, in April 2023, he famously knocked out Ryan Garcia with a brutal body shot. Roach, on the other hand, hasn't fought since June 2024, when he dominated Fargo MCC in Washington. He's now stepping up in weight, hoping to shock the world and beat Tank Davis. There have been lots of rumors on social media about Gervonta Tank Davis possibly fighting Shakur Stevenson. When asked if that fight would ever happen, Devin Haney's father, Bill Haney, quickly said no. He pointed out that Davis has never said he wants to fight Stevenson. Taking a jab at Davis, Haney added that while a Stevenson versus Davis fight would be exciting and evenly matched, he believes Davis is avoiding strong opponents. Even though he's moving up in weight, LamontRoach is feeling confident. He told TMZ Sports that he plans to impress everyone with his performance. "I can bully," Roach said. "When I'm in the ring, I'm in the zone. I'm going to shock a lot of people." He also said he's training to knock Davis out in any round. A fight between Davis and Vasily Lomachenko.
I believe that both fighters will each take their own path, but eventually meet down the road. And that's the beauty of boxing, you know. I mean, GervontaDavis can easily go up to I believe he's fought at 140 already, so it would be nice maybe to see him up there at 140 down the line. Let him enjoy his victory. Let him get a few more wins, fight more world champions, and believe me, when they do it again, if they decide to do it again, that fight can do 4 million homes.
Was once expected to be a major event in 2024. But that fight fell apart when Lomachenko decided to take the rest of the year off. Similar issues have happened with other big potential fights too, including possible matchups with Shakur Stevenson, William Zepeda, George Kambosos Jr., and Devin Haney. Most of these matchups haven't gone beyond talk on social media, leading many to believe Davis has been avoiding top-level fighters. Some blame Tank and his team for this. Others think it's the promoter's fault. Fans were especially upset when Davis's next opponent was revealed to be LamontRoach Jr., someone moving up in weight to face him. Many fans said this wasn't a fight they wanted. Things got more heated online when Leonard Ellerbe, former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, defended the match. He responded to a video where Lomachenko and his promoter, Bob Arum, gave mixed messages about a fight with Davis. In the clip, Lomachenko said a Davis fight couldn't happen unless he signed with Showtime, since Davis was with them and Lomachenko was with ESPN. A fan called out Ellerbe, asking why Mayweather had no trouble making big fights, while Davis struggles to do the same. Ellerbe replied that there are always behind-the-scenes issues fans don't see. He said making fights is harder than people think, and that social media often spreads the wrong information. He insisted Davis isn't always to blame. Sometimes the other fighter backs out or isn't even available. also said that the Davis versus Lomachenko fight didn't happen in November 2024 because Lomachenko wanted to rest. He added that if Lomachenko decides to retire, that's his choice, and good for him. At the same time, boxing expert Rick Glazer made a surprising claim. Davis might be cutting ties with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, and with Leonard Ellerbe. Glazer pointed out that Davis showed up alone at the press conference for the Roach fight, without his usual team. That raised red flags. Glazer later said he heard from sources that Davis had ended his long working relationship with Ellerbe. Davis and Ellerbe have worked together since 2015, when Davis signed with Mayweather Promotions. Even after Davis had issues with Floyd Mayweather, he kept Ellerbe around as a key advisor. But now it seems even that relationship might be over.
I'm very, very confident Tank beats all those guys. All those guys. You name, any of them you name, Tank can beat them.
Where would a fight with like a Devin Haney or a Teofimo Lopez sort of sit on the grand scheme of his schedule?
I don't think that you can put a timeline on that kind of stuff because the big fights happen when they really make sense for both sides. And, you know, I know the fans get a little impatient at times, and that's understandable because they don't really understand how the business goes. You know, Tank's coming off of a fight where, you know, he's made tens of millions of dollars, and Tank alone has been generating, you know, 8-figure revenue every single fight. Tank makes you an offer, it's probably not going to be what you expect because you get paid on what you kind of weigh. Tank is here, and the other guys are there, and I'm solely talking about generating the revenue.